Hey, thanks for the opportunity to come in and interview for the IRS. I think this would be a great opportunity for me. I like to start off by saying that I have a really strong mathematical background. Yeah, man, that's cool and all, but listen, man, we don't need to know about that. I have a question for you. Have you ever killed a man? Excuse me? I mean, well, no, I've never killed a man. I went to Harvard so I can get a degree in counting. I'm not like a Secret Service member or something like that. And I just want to talk to you more about my mathematical background. Yeah, man, listen, man, math and all of that stuff, man, that's for nerds, man. What we're really looking for is somebody who can handle themselves just in case some people get mad because we invading their house and get irate. I want to know that you willing to hold your own. Now, how would you feel if you were required to kill a couple people because they prevented you from coming in their house and looking around? Well, sir, I don't know how that applies to the job. I was thinking maybe I would just be on the computer and monitoring people's information and sending out letters and having people come in to discuss those things. That's more like what I was thinking it would be. But listen here, man, apparently you didn't read the job description. We don't need to know nothing about no math, no accounting, all that garbage, man. That right there, man, is for the real eggheads inside the office on the computer, man. No, we looking for some hardcore people that's willing to go out there and get pimped out by the Democrat Party and the government to be the strong arm for the Democrat Party and the globalists. Now, are you down with that or not? If not, this interview is over. Before we get into this video, make sure you hit like, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, make sure that your notifications are on and they're set to all. Now, let's get into this. But first, quick commercial break. You want to know what's strange? Normally, the media loves talking about mass shootings, but for some reason, the media is trying to shut down the most recent mass shooting story. And I wonder why. You might have already heard about the armed hero who shot and killed a mass shooter in the Indiana Mall. And the media, they don't want that story to go viral because it proves the solution to mass shooters is more guns. And that is why I snatched a support the second coin. Yeah, man, look at it. You like it, don't you? There's no collectible on earth more fit for Second Amendment activists and gun owners than the support the second coin. It's an eye-catching collector's coin with pro-gun right engravings and quotes on both sides of it. It includes quotes like, "The Second Amendment is my gun permit." Now, the support the second coin usually retails for $24.95, but it's free right now as a way to promote the launch of supportthesecond.com new website. Yeah, man, get it while it's hot. Every viewer of this video is eligible to get their own support the second coin completely free, but only for a limited time only. You'll miss this if you wait too long because they're infamous for running out quickly and won't have a promotion like this again anytime soon. Get yours now before that happens by simply going to supportthesecond.com, or you can just visit the link right below this video. But now, y'all, I got to go. You want this. Do it now. Click on it. All right, now let's get to this video. Well, there you go, ladies and gents. The IRS apparently is hiring. And I was thinking about putting my resume in, but I'm a little concerned after I read the job description. So I figured we better go ahead and dissect this a little bit and see if we could come up with maybe the motive of why the job description does not match what a normal IRS person would be required to do.
Ago, we had the incredible spectacle of FBI agents raiding the Mar-a-Lago home of former President Donald Trump, less than 90 days ahead of a series of midterm and gubernatorial elections where the Democrats are expected to take a shellacking.
True.
The action was incredibly divisive, and it is threatening to create a real crisis of confidence in the U.S. justice system and indeed the federal government itself.
True.
The more we learn about the story, the less sense it makes.
What?
Unless, of course, you see this as a ploy by the Democrat-run White House to take attention off the miserable failings of the Biden administration.
No, wait just a minute, Mr. Man from Australia. Apparently, he's starting to sound like Kevin from Kevin's Corner, see? Because I like to use something called common sense and not nonsense. And when I run across nonsense, I got to make sense out of all that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a vicious circle that have to go around. So this man right here has adopted my philosophy when it comes down to the behavior of the current party in charge and perhaps their motivation behind doing some of these things, okay? Because if it don't look like it makes sense, it probably doesn't make sense. So what he is saying is that this raid perhaps might look strange to some people, but if you understand the basic nature of the Democrat Party and their goals and so on and so forth, it makes perfect sense. See, because they're not incompetent, they're not jumping the gun. These people are evil. They're diabolical. So now when you put it in that perspective, it does make sense. It makes sense why they would do this raid so close to the midterms. They're not doing this because of top secret stuff and all of that. They're doing this because they realize what's a coming. So let's see if this very intelligent man, this all the way down in Australia and able to see what's going on in America, has to say about this.
Which range from nearly Venezuelan food inflation that has seen the price of basic grocery items like eggs go up by nearly 50%.
Real
to
problems.
this clumsy ploy to hire 87,000 tax agents
87,000?
to harass small and medium-sized businesses, as well as conservative nonprofits and churches.
Now wait just a minute. Those are big accusations. So I do have some rational questions and thoughts though. In a time where inflation is very high and we've come through this pandemic and all of that, and people have lost their jobs, and then you got the war over there going on, and then you got the border wide open. You got all these problems, which I would think would require a lot of funds going towards. And for some reason, this current administration wants to pass bills that will hire 87,000 new IRS employees. Now I gotta wonder. I mean, heck, I thought they were doing just fine, but now they need 87,000 new people, and that is not what they're doing at the border, who is really in a crisis. They're not hiring 87,000 new people. They're not hiring 87,000 police officers around the country. 87,000 IRS people. Now that must mean a lot of people are late on their taxes, and perhaps maybe the COVID crisis, slowed everything down. Maybe there's a backlog, right? So let's go ahead and look at this new hiring requirement coming from the IRS. I'm sure they're looking for skilled people who will help get everybody caught up on the taxes and the back taxes and help the regular middle class citizens navigate around having to pay all these extra taxes and stuff, because Biden and them said we're not going to have to pay anything if we're making under $400,000. So let's go ahead and check it out. Major duties. Oh, okay. Adhere to the highest standards of conduct, especially in maintaining honesty and integrity. That seems like a regular characteristic that any company would want an employee to have. Okay, what is this? Work a minimum of 50 hours per week, which may include irregular hours, and be on call 24/7, including holidays and weekends. Okay, now I'm getting a little concerned about this, because, see, my thought is if you're just working an IRS job, you mean to tell me you can't wait until the weekend is over to call people about their taxes and have them come in and review and stuff and do audits? You can't wait until the weekend is over? What kind of IRS job is this? Hold up, what else? Let's see. Oh, what's this? Maintain a level of fitness necessary to effectively respond to life-threatening situations on the job. Now I'm getting a little concerned. I mean, if I'm interviewing for this job, I'm like, whoa, what kind of life-threatening situations are you talking about? I thought I can be out of shape. I thought I can be real small and petite if I'm sitting behind a computer at a desk looking up people's information, making calls, sending out letters and things like that. Maybe if I have to do a court, appearance or something like that, I shouldn't have to fear for my life. But right here, apparently, one of the new job descriptions is talking about being in shape so you might effectively respond to a life-threatening situation on the job. Now, that means that perhaps I'm going to be confronted with people who are cantankerous concerning meeting me or talking to the IRS. I mean, was this a problem in the past before all these 87,000 are needed? Where people got going crazy on the IRS when I thought that people be scared when they come there. Oh man, I don't want to see the IRS coming. Whew, you don't want them on your back. But to go to the extreme where you got to worry about getting physically attacked, let's read on. All right. Oh, wait, carry a firearm and be willing to use deadly force? What the crap? If necessary. This don't sound like no normal IRS job description or duty. The folks that I saw in the office, they were built like Reach toothbrushes. They were built like chewed bubble gum. These were not tough looking people. They were smart people with the skill set to do what they do. They weren't worried about going out there and apparently needing to use deadly force. What application could an IRS agent have to use deadly force? And then this job description ends with be willing and able to participate in arrest, execution of search warrants, and the what, other dangerous assignments. This don't sound like no dang on IRS job description. You know what it sounds like to me? An enforcement description. It sounds like people who they're hiring are more like police officers or some type of Gestapo to go in and do the things that the normal IRS people can't do. Because I'm looking for some of the other characteristics and skill sets that you would need, and it's not listed in this. There's nothing in here about knowing how to do math, maybe being good in accounting or economics, or even having a tax law degree or know something about tax laws, or experience in the past working at, HR block or something like that. Nothing in there about that. This right here reads like you are looking for a police officer, somebody who's able to get physical, somebody who's able to enforce the law or your will, because nothing in here makes me think my skill set and understanding how to put together taxes, how to go out and talk to folks about here's where you went wrong, you're going to get audited, but hey, none of that right there should be requiring me to do any of this. So then what is this for? That's what American citizens should be asking themselves. What is this? So let me get this straight. For some reason now, we need 87,000 IRS agents to do what? This? This sounds to me like a government that is trying to put things in place so that they can control people who might get out of control. They could, discriminate against people who maybe don't put their money towards the things that the government want them to. Maybe like clean energy, or maybe a new vehicle that is eco-friendly, or perhaps you donate a little too much money to the certain party that the party in power don't like. Maybe you're one of those donors. Maybe you're one of those middle-class business owners who want your religious beliefs honored. You don't want to bake a cake for somebody who the request compromises your religious beliefs. There's so many reasons why, if you give that type of power to the IRS and you put evil people behind this that have another ulterior motive instead of just collecting tax money. Now, these people sound like the people who would be going out to punish those people who say, look, I own a pizzeria, and yeah, I might have donated a couple $1,000s to Trump or to DeSantis or to whomever. So why am I getting audited? Oh, well, I'm a church, and we don't marry, two men or two women, and we don't believe in transgender. What? Oh, you're revoking my 50C3, what do you mean? This sounds like the people who will go out and do that. And the scary part about this is that people with a low political or a low voting IQ, someone who's easily manipulated and they vote based on just superficial stuff, and they don't pay attention to things like this that are being done in the dark, they'll wake up one day and say, wait a minute, who did this? Oh, the guy you went out and voted for because you were focused on racism, and they put something in place to put us all on lockdown. This is just one more step towards that. We had them trying to force us to get this, forcing us to stay in the crib, forcing us out of our jobs if you didn't want to get it. If you wasn't wearing a mask, you couldn't go into certain places. You got a lot of that going on right about now, and hinting around to new, stricter gun control. All of these things that make one think, wow, am I just paranoid? Or should I be concerned about them positioning themselves to abuse their power? And this is how you know. Because when this right here was discovered initially, they took it down. They took it down. But the internet, once it's up there, it's up there. And when it came out that this was what they were up to, and they took it down to make it look like, no, we ain't up to nothing. We ain't do nothing. They put it back up. So there you go. If you're one that wants to apply for this job, no need to be going in there thinking about you're going to be required to do taxes. No, because nothing in this job description even mentions your skill set and ability to do taxes. You're going to be out there knocking on folks' doors who the government disagree with. Now, God bless you. God bless America. I hate to have to expose this garbage at the IRS. The IRS they need to go, along with many other 3-letter agencies. Trump, you know what to do when you get back in. God bless y'all. God bless America. Take care. God bless y'all. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos, find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those good things. And please check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, please click on the link below this video. Put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. If you'd like to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. The links are below this video. If you want to be a part of my $2 a month club, also feel free to do that. All it entails is you simply dropping $2 a month into one of those links below the video. Or if you want, you can drop a nice big fat lump sum in there to offset the stuff that we know goes on with big tech. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you are still subscribed. And finally, set your notification button to all, because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner.